over the city's big bond proposal, her reason for resigning.
Plus, Bechtel released its findings surrounding the deadly scaffolding collapse at Port Arthur LNG. Why the attorney for one of the victims is comparing this to a PR stunt.
And Big Thicket Day on the Natchez is coming up this weekend. Why you won't want to miss this free, family-friendly event. 12 News Daybreak starts now. Good morning, Southeast Texas. Thanks for waking up with Daybreak on 12 News Plus. I'm Tia Johnson.
And I'm Mark Armstrong. Just about to turn 7:01. Let's go ahead and get a first look at your weather with meteorologist Jeff Gerber. And here's a live look outside from our Roofing 911 Live Sky Cam network. 14 minutes shy of sunrise as we're looking at Jasper here. And we've got Jeff Gerber standing by with that very specific sunrise report. Tell us a little bit more about that, Jeff.
Well, I was talking about it earlier. At least you were paying attention.
Yes, that's where I got the information.
I know, so I'm glad you were paying attention.
Someone is.
Yeah, there's one person. And temperatures out there this morning finally falling back into the upper 60s thanks to that front that pushed through. It's now out in the Gulf, and we'll continue to see a little bit cooler temperatures as we go through the next several days. Now today we still get to about 90, but after that some 80s as we head towards Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. But 68 right now through Jasper, Kirbyville, and also in Beaumont, 69 in Orange and Woodville, still showing 70 in Silsbee and 72 in Port Arthur. Here's a look at Port Arthur right now. Just a few clouds out there on our Roofing 911 Live Skycam network. This brought to you by Market Basket, but dry conditions out there for this morning and through the afternoon. Highs, like I said, upper 80s, close to 90 as those clouds even probably clearing out faster than I have. We'll see northeasterly winds at about 5 to 10. Expecting to see some really nice lows the next couple of mornings. We're talking about lower 60s. We'll show you those in our 7-day forecast.
All right, Jeff, we are following a big shakeup at Beaumont City Hall this morning after Christina Loki quit her job as the Economic Development Manager.
And she spoke exclusively with us about what she's calling misinformation and negativity surrounding that big Beaumont bond package. Loki says what fueled her decision was pushback the city received during the 5-month-long bond process. She says the last straw for her had to do with the recently formed Bond Oversight Committee and the questions about why council members weren't able to choose who was on it.
When the mayor goes out to do this committee, first of all, he's completely allowed to. But unfortunately, we have council members who feel like they should have also had a say who should have been on that committee.
We'll have the full story, including more from Christina Loki and the city, coming up at 6:30.
And to Power City News this morning, nearly 6 months after 3 workers died and 2 others were injured at Port Arthur LNG, Bechtel, the company that they worked for, is releasing the findings of an internal investigation. The company saying that several factors led to that deadly scaffold collapse. An attorney who represents one of those victims says that he has never seen a document quite like this.
Yeah, in fact, he says it's more of a PR stunt than a case of real accountability. 12 News reporter Spencer Plato has more from attorney Cade Burnson.
People need to understand that this is a very serious matter.
Questions as to what caused the deadly scaffold collapse at Port Arthur LNG in Sabine Pass now being answered 6 months later.
We have friends, cousins, dads, brothers and sisters that work at these refineries and work at these big projects. We want them to be able to be safe, to go to work and come home safely. And when tragedy occurs and people die, the responsible parties need to be held accountable.
A statement released by Bechtel says multiple factors led to the collapse, including an improperly secured bracket. Bechtel also says some crew members were not clipped into their safety lines. The company says it's now changed its safety protocols, including ending nighttime operations.
How do you take care of the widows and the children that were left behind? And that's what we all need to pay attention to. I've never seen a document like this before, signed from actually the president of the company.
Cade Burnson represents the family of one of the victims, Reginald McGee. Burnson says the statement from Bechtel is a PR stunt and an attempt to move the case out of Jefferson County.
We haven't forgotten there's unresolved business on the restraining order violation. And so we're not going to give up on that. But in the meantime, what they're trying to do is take the case out of Jefferson County to where the community here doesn't get to see the evidence and doesn't get to hear the testimony.
The wrongful death case filed by the victims' families remains on hold.
Yeah, a state panel of judges, they still haven't decided whether to consolidate the cases. And across Texas now, Houston police, they still say that there is no serial killer in the city, even though another body was found in a bayou yesterday. Now, HPD says that there are no obvious signs of foul play here, but this does mark the 7th body to be pulled from a Houston area bayou in just the past 2 weeks. Mayor John Whitmire, he is insisting there is no evidence to even suggest a connection between the cases as the medical examiner works to determine how each person died.
Meanwhile, Houston police believe multiple shootings from Sugar Land to Southwest Houston yesterday could be connected. This all started around noon. We now know the woman who was shot and killed in Sugar Land while driving down Highway 90 was in a relationship with the alleged gunman. About an hour later, a mechanic and a witness were shot on Fondren Road. Police say the gunman's body was found later. He'd apparently shot himself.
Well, in just 8 days, death row inmate Robert Roberson is set to be executed. He was convicted in the 2002 death of his young daughter, accused of shaking her to death. But several critics have discredited that theory, saying that it was based on junk science. This story, it made national headlines, and he was supposed to be put to death last fall, but dozens of Texas lawmakers intervened, asking for clemency. Just yesterday, a bipartisan group of those lawmakers came together to show their support for him. Now, Maria Aguilera has more.
We just got out of being able to visit and meet with Robert. It was an incredible experience.
With a week left before his scheduled execution, a bipartisan group of Texas lawmakers made the trip to Livingston to meet with Robert Roberson, the man on death row for the 2002 death of his daughter, Nikki. Representative Lacey Hull of Houston says after spending time with Roberson, she's more convinced than ever he deserves another chance in court.
He is ready to be heard. He is ready for this new trial. He desperately needs it.
Roberson's case has been tied up in the courts for years. His 2003 conviction upheld multiple times, even as new science cast doubt on the original evidence. Prosecutors claimed Roberson violently shook his daughter, a theory known as shaken baby syndrome. That is now considered junk science. New medical evidence suggests Nikki may have died from an accidental fall and complications from pneumonia. The Associated Press spoke to Roberson just days ago.
I never shook her, hit her, or nothing. Like I said, it was bad enough losing my little girl. And then when they accused me of it, I couldn't believe it.
Roberson's legal team argues his original trial ignored critical medical facts and that new expert testimony would change everything. Representative Jeff Leach says Roberson's voice has been missing from this case.
In a new trial, all of the evidence will come out. Robert's side of the story will be able to be told.
Leach says he and other lawmakers are now urging the Texas Board of Pardons and Paroles to recommend a stay and calling on Governor Greg Abbott to step in. Roberson's execution date is set for October 16. His attorneys have filed last-minute appeals asking to halt the execution.
All right, across Texas now, Houston's mayor says he is looking into a new order from Governor Abbott that appears to call for the removal of the Pride crosswalk in Montrose.
The order came down yesterday, just days after it had been repainted. It was first painted back in 2017 and funded by Pride Houston with approval from the city. Then over the summer, it was paved over as part of the city's road repavement project. The crosswalk was restored just this week. The governor says he has directed TxDOT to, quote, ensure Texas counties and cities remove any and all political ideologies from our streets. It went on to say any city that refuses to comply with the federal road standards will face consequences, including the withholding or denial of state and federal road funding and suspension of agreements with TxDOT. Abbott says it's a safety issue. No response yet from the city.
All right, happening today, the Rotary Club of Beaumont having its annual wind down with the Rotary fundraiser, and it is at the Event Center downtown. It starts at 6 o'clock. There's going to be a wine tasting, live entertainment, hors d'oeuvres, raffles, and a live auction. Proceeds support local projects like scholarships, reading programs, and community outreach. Tickets are $40 in advance or $50 at the door. For more details, visit the Rotary Club's website. And if you are looking for some family-friendly fun this weekend, Big Thicket Day on the Natchez, it is happening Saturday.
It's a celebration of the founding of the Big Thicket, and it's free. 12 News reporter Derek Jones live out at Collier's Ferry Park to tell us all about it. And Derek, you already got to participate in some activities.
Yeah, Mauriceville, I actually participated in kayaking for the first time. I was scared out of my wits, but I actually really enjoyed it. Got my feet a little wet. But yeah, it was a really fun time. And even though the Big Thicket National Park is closed due to the government shutdown, we're still going to be celebrating this Saturday, the 51st anniversary of the Big Thicket, immersing the community in nature. Ahead of Big Thicket Day, we hit the water engaging in some of the activities being offered. With the Big Thicket Natural Preserve celebrating its 51st anniversary, Executive Director of the Big Thicket Association, Diane Thompson, is excited for the celebration Saturday.
That's also why we do free environmental education classes for all students in Southeast Texas on this boat, because we want them in the Big Thicket National Preserve. We want them to learn about the water, the nature around them, the biodiversity.
Big Thicket was not always a national reserve. According to the National Reserve's website, after 50 years of proposals, Congress passed legislation to create the Big Thicket National Preserve on October 11, 1974. That purpose to preserve, conserve, and protect significant natural and scenic portions of the area. Thompson says this makes involving the younger generation super important.
A lot of people don't realize that we have a national preserve right here in our backyard. We want them to learn about what is here and is a treasure right here in their backyard, and we want them to learn to protect it also.
Engaging kids with reptiles, kayaking lessons, and ferryboat tours to protect the park for future generations to come. Now, the event will be here at Collier's Park from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. All activities are free. And Mauriceville, I'm just going to let you know, I just watched a fish jump out the water 3 times. I don't know about you, but I'm definitely coming Saturday.
Glad you're having a great time out there, Derek. We'll check back in with you here. Coming up next on 12 News Plus, what's the right age to leave your child home alone? The factors to consider before making the call, plus expert advice on keeping your kids safe. Plus, candid cameras at a bar and a lovable thief of a dog. Your trending news is coming up. Your time is now 7:12.
We begin with breaking news in Port Neches.
Firefighters continue attacking the flames from the air.
We're working to learn more about a police chase.
We'll give you a live look at the scene tonight. Our crew there.
A chase in Port Neches turned into a standoff.
So we're working to get you more information.
We're going to keep you updated on air and online as we learn more.
Stream extended coverage on 12 News Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free.
I wouldn't say that I was like a partier, but I would say that I was a social butterfly. So we would just always drink. That night, I went through a red light and I T-boned another vehicle. And I just remember thinking like, oh no. Right after the DWI, I lost my license and I did 30 days in jail. I could have killed him because I decided to be reckless. I have a ton of regrets. I'm Katie. 5 years ago, I got a DWI and I'm still paying for it every day.
As tropical activity picks up in the Gulf, 12 News is your hurricane headquarters. Get prepared before a storm hits. Watch the 12 News Hurricane Special, streaming on 12 News Plus. From the must-haves in your supply kit to the evacuation routes you'll need to take, plus safety tips and how you can protect yourself from storm scammers. The 12 News Hurricane Special, keeping you prepared. Sponsored by Entergy. We power life.
As Texans, we have many reasons to be proud of the Lone Star State. Showing our pride by saying, "Don't mess with Texas," means we gotta step up, walk the walk. Do our part to keep Texas clean. Because after all these years, all these miles, all these traditions, for all us Texans, "Don't mess with Texas" means don't litter.
I'm Chief Meteorologist Patrick Vaughn here with one of the most important hurricane tips, having an evacuation plan. First, gather food, water, and medicine before storing it in an emergency kit. Plan well in advance where you're going, how you'll get there, and if you'll need to transport any pets, small children, or the elderly. For more hurricane tips, go to 12newsnow.com/hurricane.
Sponsored by Entergy. We power life.
Well, childcare is important for most parents, but what do you do when plans fall through? Megan Bragg verifies when it is safe to leave a child home alone.
When it comes to specific ages for leaving kids home alone, the American Academy of Pediatrics suggests around 12 and older is a good time frame. So how do you know what's right for your family? Let's verify. Our sources to answer this: family physician Dr. Carla Robinson and North and South Carolina law. In the Carolinas, there are no laws outlining a specific age for a child to be left home alone. In North Carolina, the only regulation is the NC Fire Code. It states if someone leaves a child under the age of 8 home alone and they are hurt by a fire, that person could be guilty of a Class 1 misdemeanor. When making a decision for your family, Dr. Robinson mentioned several factors to consider outside of age.
Can they communicate effectively the emergency information that's needed? Do they know their full name? Do they know their address? Do they know their phone numbers? Do they know the full name of guardians, the full phone number of a guardian or parent?
When it comes to starting out leaving your child at home, Dr. Robinson recommends practicing before longer periods of time away.
You may want to do very short trips. So maybe, while you take a short walk or while you make a quick run to the store, that's, under 10 minutes or so, just to get your child used to what it feels like to be home alone.
With your Verify, I'm Megan Bragg.
Also important to note, Texas follows that same rule. There is no specific standard age. It's about what is safest for your child and family.
Sun's coming up. You can see skies are clearing out on the backside of that front that went through last night, early this morning. Here's the view from Jasper as the sky is starting to lighten up on our Roofing 911 Live Skycam network. This camera brought to you by Provalis as roads starting to get busy up there in Jasper. Temperature, Jasper's at 68. We have a lot of 60s this morning. 68 in Jasper and Kirbyville, 69 Woodville and Orange, 68 here in Beaumont. Showing 70 right now in Silsbee. Kirbyville now has dropped to 67 and then 72 in Port Arthur. Front is now pushed out into the Gulf and continuing to work its way southward. Don't mind this little whatever this is that popped up on the radar. That's just some false returns to the radar. We have no rain out there. Skies are, like I said, are clearing out, and it should be a beautiful day with lots of sunshine. It's going to be a little bit hot. Temperature's going to get up to about 90. We'll go through the 70s early this morning, 80s by lunchtime, and then we'll touch 90 for an hour or two this afternoon. But most of the afternoon will be in the upper 80s with northeasterly winds, lower humidity. Feel a little bit more comfortable than the last few days. We'll drop off into the lower 80s to start the evening, but most of the evening will be in the 70s, and then we fall from there. We're looking at lows tonight in the lower 60s behind this front, so it's going to be a really nice start tomorrow morning. Maybe even some jackets being put on up towards south end of Toledo Bend, northern parts of Jasper and Newton County tomorrow morning. Tropical storm Jerry, right now winds are at 65, moving west-northwest at 20. Looks like it might pass by the Leeward Islands as a tropical storm, and then they're eventually expected to maybe turn into a hurricane for the weekend. Notice well off the East Coast, well away from the Gulf, so we don't have to worry about it. It should just stay out there in the Atlantic. Partly cloudy skies today, northeasterly winds at 5 to 10. Temperatures upper 80s, maybe a few 90s. And then for tonight, look at those middle to lower 60s with clear skies and northeasterly winds continuing around 5 to 10 miles per hour. 7-day forecast shows those numbers dropping off into the middle 80s for the weekend, 86, 87. I'll take that. Temperature's going to be into the lower 60s, 62, 63. That's here in the triangle. In the lakes, we're looking at temperatures dropping off into the upper 50s. So nice, cool to mild start on Saturday and Sunday morning. Now next week, those lows, at least they stay in the 60s, but the afternoon highs, they'll be climbing back up into the lower 90s for Tuesday and Wednesday around 91 to about 92. So 7-day forecast looking good. I wish we could get some rain, just not in the cards right now for the next 7 days. We're getting close to 8 inches behind for the year.
So much happening this weekend though. Perfect weather for it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, great for the Pecan Festival out there.
Weather. Big Thicket.
Big Thicket, all of those.
Rice Festival over?
Yeah, I think it's closed up. Yeah, but really good weekend for any outdoor activities you have. Make sure you have on sunblock. There'll be plenty of sunshine.
Absolutely. Thank you, Jeff. And just go ahead and remember to download our app at any time to get the latest on the weather. You can check the radar by going to the radar tab in the app. All right, and it's also the Symphony meets the Circus Daybreak. We're giving away one lucky winner a chance to win 4 tickets to see a thrilling display of music and acrobatics. This is all happening October 25th at the Julie Rogers Theater. That's in downtown Beaumont. So to enter, go to 12newsnow.com/contest. You have until 6:30 a.m. on October 17th, and then we're going to announce our winner that day at the end of the hour, and we'll mail you the tickets if you win. So go ahead and enter, and good luck. All right, it is 7:20 now. Time for some trending news. There may be times that you'd be okay with being on camera, but what about when you're at the bar?
I think that's a good time,
Okay.
a good laugh.
Okay.
Well, the Elbow Room in Fort Lauderdale has been live streaming its Wild Nights since 1996 with cameras everywhere. Beach cam, patio cam, band cam, bar cam, you name it. You own it. Get this, people at home are watching you for free, no less, and for just $2.99 a month. You can get the audio too. Imagine knowing you're the star of someone's Friday night from the comfort of their couch. Hey, intoxicated people are funny.
Yeah, you can get
So
some.
I wouldn't mind watching.
I'm learning dance moves by watching this. I like that guy right there.
Yeah,
oh
look at
man,
him
he's got
go.
it. He's got it.
He's got more rhythm than you and Jeff.
Yeah, he does. We got to get Derek in there with him.
Yeah. All right, if you're a fan of Taylor Swift, this next one might give you some ideas from Halloween.
Yeah, check out how a Minneapolis woman is celebrating her new album. And that was a shot of that new album. As for the Halloween decorations here, this house is going viral for its Life of a Show Ghoul display. Apparently Taylor's new album is Life of a Show Girl.
Okay.
It is decked out with skeletons and bedazzled costumes and feathered boas, and features reimagined album covers and even a nod to Taylor's cats. They don't look like they're eating very well, but
Okay, that's some hard work and dedication, though.
it sure is. It sure. I love a good Halloween display on, and this one's not even controversial. So.
Yeah, right.
All right, Duke the Golden Retriever is going viral for his very specific taste in anything.
Yeah, whether it's fine china or furniture, he's got a habit of stealing random objects and taking them straight to his bed. His owner, Kathy, recently shared a hilarious video showing Duke proudly parading around with her car keys in his mouth. Duke's quirky habit actually started after he was adopted by Kathy, who knew all about his kleptomania before taking him in. His habit is all about marking his territory in his forever home, and fans are loving it. His Instagram's blowing up with over 160,000 followers cheering on his adorable antics. Here's the thing, if anything is missing, check Duke's bed.
Yeah, you know, that's the one thing I was saying earlier. I wouldn't want a golden retriever who's always stealing my stuff, because I already lose my stuff all the time. But at least I would know where it is.
Right, that's the thing. Just to be like, I can't find, did you check Duke's bed?
And if it's not there, it's my fault.
Right.
All right.
Time now 7:23. Jeff Gruber will be back with your forecast.
This is a tornado on the ground.
And the roads are slippery.
We have a tropical storm warning.
Look at this water.
Street flooding in Beaumont.
It is going to get extremely cold.
The metal building blew away from a business. Staying safe behind the wheel is imperative.
Find a safe spot, move to an interior room.
Just make sure you're staying safe.
On Weather Impact Alert Days, stream extended coverage on 12 News Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free.
The STEM fields are providing opportunity to be part of the developments that will shape the future, and the Army National Guard is at the forefront of the movement. Soldiers can serve part-time and choose from dozens of science, technology, engineering, and mathematics jobs, working with cutting-edge technology and innovations. And the skills and experience they receive can open doors for them to civilian careers in the STEM world. Join a team that is taking the lead in STEM by talking to a local recruiter or by going to nationalguard.com/careers.
409 Sports. To us, it's about so much more than a highlight, wins or losses.
It's the heart that makes up the game, the triumph of the human spirit.
It's agony and victory, diehards and day ones. It can divide or unify a community.
We give you the stats, but then we inspire you with the stories. The unpredictable, unforgettable, and incomparable.
We bring it to you all because sports lives in the 409.
No matter where we start, every mile brings us closer. And as Texans, We take care of each other along the way. We lend a hand, slow down, and take our time. At the end of the day, we all want to get home safe. Drive like a Texan. Kind, courteous, and safe.
I'm meteorologist Kerry Cooper here with another hurricane tip. Stay connected. Sign up for free emergency alerts from your local county and plan on to monitor the latest local weather and news at 12newsnow.com. Being aware of any new information will be invaluable. And finally, know the types of alerts you may receive. A watch means be prepared, while a warning means act. For more hurricane tips, go to 12newsnow.com/hurricane.
Sponsored by Entergy. We power life.
The 56th annual Groves Pecan Festival kicks off today. There will be lots of vendors, live music, rides, and other events this year, including axe throwing and a pecan toss. People have already started setting up. Gates open at 5 p.m. and admission is free. The festival runs through Sunday.
Let's stop this morning. Not looking too bad. A little warm. Temperatures in the upper 60s, lower 70s. Warm and dry, 84 at recess, and then about 90 on the way home. But it'll be dry, lower humidities, not too bad. Forecast for today: a small craft advisory along the coast, choppy on the inland lakes and bays. Northeastern winds at 10 to 20 knots, seas about 2 to 4 feet. Next high tides tonight, 6:46. Our sunrise, we've just passed that at 7:15. Our sunsets at 6:52. Our weather watchers right now reporting temperatures into the 70s and 60s. You can see a mix of that all the way through the area for this morning. Up in Woodville, Travis reporting 68. Jasper now 68, 67 degrees. So getting a little mild out there. We'll see more 60s as we head towards the weekend. We'll talk about that coming up in weather.
And coming up here on Daybreak on 12 News Plus, Beaumont's Economic Development Manager has announced she's stepping down. Why, she says it has to do with that big bond proposal on the November ballot.
Plus, Big Thickets Day on the Natchez is happening this weekend. Derek Jones is live from Collier's Ferry Park with more on the free family-friendly event.
And meet the Port Arthur man who turned his bold ideas into a thriving business as our Hispanic Heritage Month coverage continues.
And it's 7:27. We'll be back with more news and weather.
Good morning, Southeast Texas. Thanks for joining us here on 12 News Daybreak on 12 News Plus. I'm Mark Armstrong.
And I'm Tia Johnson. The time now is 7:30. Let's take a look at your top stories this morning. First up, a Jasper County Sheriff's captain has been suspended after a Title IX investigation at his former job. According to Sheriff Chuck Havard, Captain Doug Kahn's suspension comes after Angelina College found him liable for sexual misconduct. He previously served as the college's police chief and police academy director and joined the sheriff's office in April.
Well, a jury heard testimony from a murder victim's twin brother yesterday, Romeo Johnson. He's on trial for the murder of Ronald Barnes, and he was shot in his home in September of last year. His brother testified that he heard arguing and gunshots outside his bedroom the night Barnes was killed. Prosecutors saying cell phone data and video are connecting Johnson to the scene, but the defense is arguing that data shows he was somewhere else.
The family of the woman who was hit by a pickup truck and killed in Jasper County has started a GoFundMe to help with funeral expenses. So far, 31-year-old Brittany Esquivel's family has raised more than $500. Esquivel was killed while walking down Highway 62. According to DPS, Cody Clark was arrested for intoxication manslaughter and was taken to the Jasper County Jail. Let's take a live look outside now from our Roofing 911 Skycam network. Seeing that sunrise there in Beaumont from our cameras here at the 12 News studio. Jeff, what you got for us?
Well, that cold front moved through overnight, and now we're starting to feel a little bit cooler out there for this morning. You can see a lot of 60s, from 68 here in Beaumont to 69 in Orange, 68 in Jasper, and 69 in Woodville. Still a few 70s out there, 70 in Silsbee, Port Arthur's at 72. A cooler spot right now is up towards Kirbyville, where we're at 67. Once again, here's a look outside. The sun's coming up, just a few clouds left over. Won't see as much cloud cover today as some drier air works into the area. Here's Lake Charles, and you can see clear skies over there. The front's now into the Gulf, moving southward, so next several days will be dry and a little bit better as far as temperatures, a little bit more comfortable, even though we get close to 90 today with northeastern winds of 5 to 10. Humidity levels will be down, so not quite as, I should say uncomfortable, but not quite as hot as it has been the last couple of days with plenty of sunshine. Looks like as we head towards the weekend, we're going to see some very nice morning lows well back into the 60s. We'll check that out coming up in weather.
All right, Jeff, we are following that big shakeup at Beaumont City Hall. Christina Loki, she spoke exclusively with 12 News. She quit her job less than a month from Election Day over what she is calling misinformation and negativity surrounding the big Beaumont bond package. Now, Loki, she's been with the city for 8 years, serving as the Economic Development Manager for the past year now.
And she made that announcement on Facebook Tuesday, saying what fueled her decision was pushback the city received during the 5-month-long bond process. 12 News reporter Ebony Coleman explains.
I've never been a quitter, but unfortunately it was just time.
Tuesday, Christina Loki made the decision to quit her job as the city of Beaumont's Economic Development Manager.
The more you see the ability and the effects of your work, the harder you work. And the truth is that lately, though, we're not seeing how hard the city employees are working. We're seeing how simple misinformation can spread.
Misinformation, she says, surrounds a $264 million bond that will be presented to voters next month.
It's very different what happens during a council meeting and what happens on social media. We're spending so much time, kind of contradicting that information. And many times it's difficult for people to know what to believe.
Loki says the last straw for her was pushback from a recently formed bond oversight committee. There was questions about why council members weren't able to choose who was on the committee.
When the mayor goes out to do this committee, first of all, he's completely allowed to. But unfortunately, we have council members who feel like they should have also had a say who should have been on that committee.
The city of Beaumont released a statement regarding Loki's resignation, saying in part, she has a passion for moving the city forward and a positive vision for the future of Beaumont. We are confident she will continue to do great things for our city in whatever capacity that is.
This is definitely not the end of Christina Loki. Not even just advocating for the city and the bond, just being a part of the solution.
The bond will be on the November 4th ballot. Early voting starts October 20th and runs through the 31st.
Well, it was a year ago yesterday that a Jefferson County judge gave federal investigators permission to raid Tom Flanagan's downtown office. It was all part of that investigation into the Gilbert Building fire. Beaumont Fire, Police, ATF, and Homeland Security agents, they were seen moving dozens of boxes from the San Jacinto building. They carried out cell phones, laptops, computers, documents, and other records. Now, since then, in fact, this week we checked in with Corey Nealon with the Jefferson County District Attorney's Office to figure out where that case is at right now. Well, he tells us that no cases related to Flanagan have been presented to them yet. So Flanagan's attorney, Ryan Gertz, he told us last year that the warrant lacked any real evidence.
It says, was seen on a camera, we don't know what camera, afterwards. But we don't, why was he not seen before? Before would be important. When you leave out specifics, when you don't have evidence, but you say things like that, it creates innuendo.
Investigators suspect the fire was intentionally set, possibly to collect insurance money. Flanagan, he didn't respond to our request for comment, but since the beginning he has maintained his innocence. That fire still under investigation.
Now, Flanagan faced intense scrutiny from the city of Beaumont after that fire. Council members held several meetings to decide if the building should be demolished after engineers deemed it in imminent danger. Flanagan fought that option, and in August he announced 2 developers were buying the property. The new owners, Chris Richardson and Rob Fusilier, say they want to create a mix of retail and commercial space there. Last month, engineers and consultants filed for a repair permit that would allow them to begin pre-construction work. The city says this marks the first formal step in the renovation process. Construction is expected to take at least a year. This is a story we've been following since the beginning. You can find all of our previous reporting on our website, along with a full interview with Tom Flanagan on 12 News Plus. All right, it's 7:36 right now. If you're looking for some family-friendly fun this weekend, Big Thicket Day on the Natchez is happening Saturday.
Yeah, it's a celebration of the founding of the Big Thicket Preserve, and it is free. 12 News reporter Derek Jones, he's live out there at Collier's Ferry Park right now to tell us all about it. Hey, Derek.
Hey, Mark, it's here. Even though the national federal government shutdown is affecting the national the Big Thicket Day, the Big Thicket Park, it's not going to be affecting the Big Thicket Day Festival. We're celebrating 51 years immersing the community in nature. Did you know the Big Thicket was not always a national preserve? According to National Preserve's website, after 50 years of legislative proposals, Congress passed legislation to create the Big Thicket National Preserve on October 11, 1974, signed into law by President Gerald Ford. That purpose to preserve, conserve, and protect scenic portions of the Big Thicket area. Executive Director of the Big Thicket Association, Diane Thompson, says it's important to get the younger generation more immersed into nature.
That's also why we do free environmental education classes for all students in Southeast Texas on this boat, because we want them in the Big Thicket National Preserve. We want them to learn about what is here and is a treasure right here in their backyard, and we want them to learn to protect it also.
The festival will be at Collier's Ferry State Park in Beaumont this Saturday from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. They'll have free food, reptiles, and multiple activities, including kayaking, that you can all do here at Collier's Ferry Park. That will be from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. In Beaumont, Derek Jones, 12 News.
Well, big celebrations start with bold ideas, and one Port Arthur man turning his idea into a thriving business.
As Hispanic Heritage Month continues, I had the pleasure of speaking with Daniel Cruz, the creative force behind Cruz Events. In the heart of Port Arthur, colors pop, flowers bloom, and dreams take shape.
So we do linen, backdrops, draping, we do floral centerpieces, we have specialty chairs, and we coordinate for our industry partners.
Daniel Cruz and his team have become the go-to for events throughout Southeast Texas.
It started off as a part-time gig, side hustle, and now we've been full-time since 2021.
The work not only shines, but speaks. Behind the designs and decorations is a story of determination.
My dad always would tell us that they came here for a better life, a better opportunity, and to live out the American dream. And I just want to let them know that if our parents and family members took that risk to come here, then we need to take that opportunity extremely serious, and that's what I do each and every day.
Since 2016, Cruise Events has grown, helping employees sharpen their crafts and learn the ins and outs of the industry. I'm very happy because it's a good company for me to be at this place at this moment in my life, and I love this.
It makes me feel amazing. We have grown a lot. First we were just working weekends, now we have weekday work days. It's been amazing.
In every color and detail, Cruise Events tells the story of heritage that never fades.
And I take a lot of pride in saying that I'm a Port Arthur native and that I'm local, and I just want everybody to understand that we have so much talent that has been grown here locally, and that I hope everyone continues to support local businesses.
Coming up next, a viral trend is causing concern. Influencers encouraging women to ditch traditional birth control for more natural methods. And still ahead, it's easy to get scared, but what about scaring others? The Scare School that's teaching the talent behind some of the best haunted houses.
When industry news breaks, we're on the front lines, digging into the issue.
Lamar is working to protect Power City from hackers.
Filtering out rumors and giving you the facts direct from inside sources.
ExxonMobil and lawyers for the United Steelworkers.
Taking on the story from all sides.
The company filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy protection last year.
Southeast Texas is a power city, and we're bringing the power to you. 12 News, putting Southeast Texas first.
As Texans, we have many reasons to be proud of the Lone Star State. Showing our pride by saying, "Don't mess with Texas," means we gotta step up, walk the walk. Do our part to keep Texas clean. Because after all these years, all these miles, all these traditions, for all us Texans, don't mess with Texas means don't litter.
It's hard to really come to terms with dementia. There are little things that you can't even begin to plan for that happen that you need the early diagnosis for. My mom has done so much for me. There's no way that I wouldn't do the same for her. It's so important to have the conversation with your doctor earlier because you just do not know what the future holds.
We begin with breaking news in Port Neches.
Firefighters continue attacking the flames from the air.
We're working to learn more about a police chase.
We'll give you a live look at the scene tonight. Our crew there.
A chase in Port Neches turned into a standoff.
So we're working to get you more information.
We're going to keep you updated on air and online as we learn more.
Stream extended coverage on 12 News Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free.
I'm meteorologist Kerry Cooper here with another hurricane tip, evacuating correctly. If local authorities advise you to evacuate, do so immediately and without delay. Bring your emergency kit and be sure to follow evacuation routes. Do not try to take shortcuts because they may be blocked. Also remember to eat and get enough sleep for you to deal with whatever stress that may come your way. For more hurricane tips, go to 12newsnow.com/hurricane.
Sponsored by Entergy. We power life.
Welcome back. A new trend is gaining traction online and causing concern. Several influencers are urging women to ditch hormonal birth control in favor of natural methods. Our sister station spoke with an OBGYN at UT Health about this movement.
So most hormonal birth control is very, very safe. There are a few individuals with uncommon conditions where some birth control can be potentially dangerous. But the vast majority of women, this is very, very safe. And when you talk about natural, the natural thing for women is for them to be pregnant during their childbearing years. That's what happens if we don't use contraception. And pregnancy in itself has a lot of those risks, similar to hormonal contraception, and actually even greater risk compared to hormonal birth control.
The trend encourages quitting birth control cold turkey in favor of fertility awareness and cycle tracking. But experts say it's best to listen to your doctor, not influencers.
Skies are clearing out on the backside of a cold front. It's now down into the Gulf, and you can see beautiful morning up there in Jasper. Temperatures dipping down into the 60s. Looking down on some of the roadways in Jasper. Traffic starting to pick up this morning on our Roofing 911 Live Skycam network. This camera brought to you by Provalis. Temperature-wise, Jasper's at 68, but even a little bit cooler in Kirbyville at 67, 69 right now in Woodville. Also, Silsbee's now at 69, 68 Beaumont, 69 in Orange, 72 in Port Arthur. That's one of the warmer spots there on the map. Looks like Houston's also at about 62. Here's the front right now to our south. South of the front is where we're still seeing some scattered showers. We actually had a couple of showers pop up through Mid-County last night thanks to that front pushing through. But it's out in the Gulf, moving southward. So we're going to see a pretty nice day, even though it does get hot today. We're expecting highs pretty close to about 90. We'll go through the 70s this morning, 80s by lunchtime, and then we'll get up to close to 90 for an hour or two this afternoon. A lot of locations, though, won't reach 90. We'll be in the upper 80s. And with those northeasterly winds, lower humidity, not too uncomfortable out there for today. Temperatures into the 70s this evening, and then tomorrow morning we drop all the way back down into the middle to lower 60s. So a very nice start as we head toward not only Friday morning, but it looks like Saturday and Sunday as well. We'll see those lower 60s, so feeling pretty good. Tropical Storm Jerry winds right now at 65, so it's still got to go about 9 more before it gets to hurricane strength. 74 is the start of hurricane force winds, so not quite there yet. Moving to the west-northwest at 20. Going to just be off the coast of it looks like Leeward Islands down there towards the Caribbean. And then eventually they're thinking it's going to be a hurricane as we head towards the weekend, but staying well away from the U.S. We don't have to worry about it here in the Gulf, of course. Our forecast for today, partly cloudy, northeasterly winds at 5 to 10, temperatures upper 80s and lower 90s, and then we drop off into the middle to lower 60s for tonight with clear skies and northeasterly winds at 5 to 10. So looking pretty nice as we start your Friday, looking pretty nice to start Saturday and Sunday as well, with numbers into the lower 60s, afternoon highs through the weekend into the middle 80s. Like I said, humidity levels not bad at all, so looking good there. As we go into next week, though, we start to see temperatures warm up again. 88 as we get in towards Monday, 91 on Tuesday, and then 92 on Wednesday.
Not bad at all. I mean, we'll take the clear skies as long as we get them. I know we're way behind on the rain right now. Not way behind, but we're getting way behind.
Yeah, we're about 8 inches, so
that's way behind.
Yeah. We still have that one burn ban in Tyler County. That's the only one we have going right now. But hopefully we'll catch some rain. October's really not known for a lot of rain.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens the rest of the month.
Yeah, I've been wondering as I watch this forecast when we will see rain again. So
yeah,
we'll see.
Not in the cards through the middle of next week, though.
Understood. All right, thank you, Jeff. Just a reminder, you can download our app at any time to get the latest on the weather. You can check the radar by going to the radar tab in the app. And it was one of the most destructive fires in California history, and now an arrest has been made. 29-year-old Jonathan Rindernet. He was taken into custody yesterday. He is charged with arson and stands accused of maliciously starting that deadly Palisades fire. Nearly 7,000 homes and businesses and 12 people were lost to the flames. Now, investigators, they haven't revealed any kind of motive, but they say that they have evidence of a chilling AI images that the suspect has asked ChatGPT to create.
The prompt allegedly depicts a dystopian painting showing a burning forest and a crowd fleeing from it.
That it wasn't the kids with the fireworks, it wasn't, natural causes, it wasn't the electric company, it was, just some crazy psychopath that was fantasizing about it, like you said.
Palisades neighbors say the arrest is a step toward justice, but it also brings back the trauma of the fires. Texas Parks and Wildlife wants to buy a huge piece of hill country land and turn it into Texas's next great getaway.
Yeah, it would be the first big project funded by the state's new $1 billion Parks Conservation Fund, and the 54,000-acre Silver Lake Ranch between Rock Springs and Uvalde has rolling hills, wildlife, and a spring-fed lake. So if approved, it would open in stages, first with guided tours and day trips, then campgrounds and full amenities over the next few years. Sounds great.
Here at home, the McFadden Ward House is hosting a free special lecture today called Stories of the 1900 Galveston Storm, What We Have Learned. It starts at 6:30 p.m. After the lecture, Jefferson County Judge Jeff Brannick will share insights on modern hurricane forecasting and emergency response strategies. All right, 'tis the season for scary stories and trips to haunted houses. Don't count on me to do that.
Oh, come on. Let's do it. All right. Well, getting scared is easy. It's a whole nother story when it comes to scaring others. ABC's Danny Newhy explains.
Well, it's getting to be that time. When people stand in line and pay to be frightened by trained actors in makeup.
They come here to be scared. It's Halloween. It's fun to be ugly and scary and bloody.
But before these thespians at the Erebus Haunted House in Pontiac, Michigan can become ugly, scary, and bloody, first they must train at what they call scare school.
And that's when we bring them in and we just teach them how to scare safely, how to have fun while you're scaring, and the psychology of a scare.
It appears there are many disciplines to master when it comes to this scariculum. You've got to learn your terrifying screams, your desperate cries for help, and your creepy, "Hey, I'm walking there."
It's basically a job that you get to see a different side of yourself that you didn't think you would see.
But once they graduate, there is a metric to grade their success. And it's not too far from the way they power the city with screams in Monsters, Inc.
How scared do people get? You know what? We don't really count the tally number of how many people are going through. What we do count is the people that don't make it through.
Yes, as you can see here, the haunted house keeps a tally on how many quote-unquote wimps have to exit prematurely. And they even keep a total of their wetters, fainters, and spewers.
Welcome to the scariest talk show around.
And you know what? I've tried to do the whole zombie makeup scaring thing, and they mostly just laughed at me. Clearly, I did not go to scare school.
In New York for ABC News, I'm Danny New.
All right, our game of the week, it could be the main event of the season. It's going to be a top 10 matchup as the Newton Eagles are going to travel to face off against the Woodville Eagles. Also, be sure to get in your vote for the band of the week. Is it going to be the Eagles or the Eagles? Well, you decide. Just be sure you're picking the right ones. Cast your vote at 12newsnow.com/band. And we're going to have more news and weather next in your morning rush out as we take a live look here above Lake Charles. Your time now 7:52.
As tropical activity picks up in the Gulf, 12 News is your hurricane headquarters. Get prepared before a storm hits. Watch the 12 News Hurricane Special, streaming on 12 News Plus. From the must-haves in your supply kit to the evacuation routes you'll need to take, plus safety tips and how you can protect yourself from storm scammers. The 12 News Hurricane Special, keeping you prepared. Sponsored by Entergy. We power life.
No matter where we start, every mile brings us closer. And as Texans, we take care of each other along the way. We lend a hand, slow down, and take our time. At the end of the day, we all want to get home safe. Drive like a Texan. Kind, courteous, and safe.
The impact killed my dad and brother instantly. A man, after drinking excessively with his coworkers, ran a stop sign, T-boned my parents' Honda, and destroyed our family. He could have just said, "Hey, I'm not okay." There's Lyft, there's Uber, there's taxis. There's so many other options. Every day, someone else can be taken away.
The STEM fields are providing opportunity to be part of the developments that will shape the future, and the Army National Guard is at the forefront of the movement. Soldiers can serve part-time and choose from dozens of science, technology, engineering, and mathematics jobs, working with cutting-edge technology and innovations. And the skills and experience they receive can open doors for them to civilian careers in the STEM world. Join a team that is taking the lead in STEM by talking to a local recruiter or by going to nationalguard.com/careers.
I'm Chief Meteorologist Patrick Vaughn, here with some hurricane tips for protecting yourself against flooding. Take shelter in a designated storm shelter or an interior room and stay away from glass windows of doors. And if flooding begins, move to higher ground immediately. Never walk, swim, or drive through floodwaters. Remember, turn around, don't drown. For more hurricane tips, go to 12newsnow.com/hurricane.
Sponsored by Entergy.
Welcome back to Daybreak. It's 7:55 right now. That means it's time for your morning rush out.
Here's everything you need to know as you start your day. A Jasper County Sheriff's captain has been suspended after a Title IX investigation at his former job. According to Sheriff Chuck Havard, Captain Doug Kahn's suspension comes after Angelina College found him liable for sexual misconduct. He previously served as the college's police chief and police academy director and joined the sheriff's office in April.
Christina Lokey, she's quit her job as the City of Beaumont's Economic Development Manager over misinformation and negativity surrounding the big upcoming bond package. She says there was pushback during the lengthy bond process, and the last straw had to do with the recently formed Oversight Committee, namely whether or not council members would be able to choose its members.
The 56th annual Groves Pecan Festival kicks off today. There will be vendors, live music, rides, and other events this year, including axe throwing and a pecan toss. The gates open at 5 p.m. and admission is free. The festival runs through Sunday.
And you don't want to do the axe throwing and pecan toss at the same time.
What if they're one-handed? What if you're a one-handed axe thrower and a one-handed pecan tosser?
It's getting messy that way.
I'd be impressed.
Stick to one or the other. All right, let's take a look at your forecast. Right around 90 degrees for a high today, but just for an hour or two, we will see a lot of upper 80s today. The front's gone through. We've been talking about it for a while now, and we'll finally feel some of those cooler temperatures as we go through the weekend with lows in the lower 60s and highs just into the 80s. Next week, we'll see temperatures climb up into the lower 90s.
Hope you'll join me for Tia's Tales next Saturday, October 18th at the Elmo Willard Library in Beaumont on East Lucas. It'll be from 10 to 11. I'll read to your kiddos and we'll do some arts and crafts. Everyone is welcome. You know, Jeff, some kids actually ask me about the forecast. I say,
really?
oh, I don't get paid to do that. That's my homie, Jeff Gerber.
Yeah, that's right. You don't get paid to do that.
That'd be nice if you can.
Yeah, I'll be one of them.
Yeah, you can answer these questions about the weather.
That's what I'm saying.
Thanks for watching us on 12 News Plus.
We'll be back at 11 for midday.
Have a great day, everybody.